Hello, and welcome to Purposeful Woman podcast. Today we have Jenny Fairbank, and Jenny is the self-mastery expert with almost 20 years of experience teaching yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. Jenny received her master's degree in social work at the University of Pittsburgh. Jenny works with individuals and groups through her private practice, corporate trainings, classes, and retreats. Passionate about helping others, empowered to awaken to the true self by teaching the spiritual practices to transform and expand consciousness. Hi, and welcome, Jenny.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. All right, as always, my first question is what inspired you to do what you do?
Yes, growing up, I had a very kind of standard traditional life. I had two great parents and a brother and a sister, and kind of that, traditional life of everything going okay. And I knew in my life that I always really, truly wanted to be happy, which sounds so cliche, but happiness beyond just what we see in the nuclear family and the regular life, going to work 9 to 5, coming home and living. I just didn't seem like enough for me. It didn't feel like it was going to be true happiness in some ways. So I knew in my life I always wanted to do what was most passionate for me. Like I had to really love what I did in my life. So, I went to college like everyone seemingly else in my life and really didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I really knew that working out was a very big part of my life. So I started to become a personal trainer. And then I started teaching yoga. And yoga for me was more at first a physical practice. And then I started to learn how to meditate, and that was very difficult at first. There were no apps back then. There were no cell phones even. I mean, that's how old I am. And then I realized that this was the way to find happiness was inside of me, not outside of me. And that's what I was looking for happiness, but it was not the external that was going to fulfill that. It was the internal. And so through my practice of yoga and then seeing individual clients, my individual clients started telling me that I was their therapist. And I just decided, well, they really nudged me. Several of them nudged me to go to graduate school. You should be a therapist. So I did. I decided to take up that divine call because God works through everyone. And so God was nudging me to practice yoga, to teach yoga, to go to graduate school. And then I decided to become a yoga therapist. And so I did tons of training in therapy, in Phoenix Rising yoga therapy, all kind of different modalities. And I created my own private practice to really help to wake up our divinity within us, because we all have it and most of us are suffering in some way and looking for happiness outside of ourselves. And so teaching meditation is that way of communing with your divinity and finding your true self. So that's how I got to this place.
I love it. And what do you do now?
So now I've done lots of corporate training. I've had a yoga studio for a long time. And then in the past 2 years, we moved out to the country and we live on 100 acres and we have a retreat center. And the retreat center is for yoga, meditation, healing. And, we haven't really done much in 2020 for obvious reasons. But I have a private practice that I've had for now about a decade or so, over a decade. And so I see my individual clients now all online, pretty much about 95% of them. And then I created during the pandemic, I created a new program called the Self-Mastery Breakthrough. And that is a 6-month online training where you have modules and you can do your work. And then we have individual sessions and we can go deeper in that work. And that is my newest passion, because it's culminating everything I've learned over 2 decades into this training that is powerful and condensed and really is expanding people's consciousness.
That is juicy. So why right now you are teaching this breakthrough program and become entrepreneur? You've been always entrepreneur. I believe every one of us entrepreneur, but throughout this difficult time and challenging and changing time, what would you say was your number one mistake of creating this program?
Hmm.
Not that we regret about, we wish we hasn't done, but like there is some stuff always that we wish we could avoid.
The only thing I feel like for me overall in the theme of my life, I think, is to have listened a little sooner, because God's always nudging you. And I could have started it earlier and during the year it took me a little longer, but I have no regrets. Regrets are a difficult thing.
For sure, for sure. I love that. Okay, so if you can only give one advice right now for entrepreneurs, what will that be?
Mm, to follow your heart, to lead with your heart, not what you think you should do or what other people are doing. Forget about all that. It doesn't really matter. What is in your heart is what you're going to be best at, because when you lead with your heart, that's part of your true self. And then people are going to feel that from you. You have to be passionate about what you do. If you're not, don't bother doing it. That's my advice.
Thank you. I love it. Okay, so what will be your advice as we have some more time for us, a yoga practitioner, and for those who is sitting right now, like me, like 12 hours a day, what will be your best tip and trick?
Ooh, in terms of sitting, I mean, definitely you need to, I sometimes will get up and jump up and down for a few minutes just to get the blood flowing if you have to sit a long time throughout the day. Make sure you're going out in nature, even if it's for 5 minutes, you're taking deep breaths in fresh air. Have the window open if you need to. But even throughout the day, you know what a great tool is. And I'll have clients literally have little timers on their phone, right? Of saying, okay, the timer goes off. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. So belly breathing, inhaling through the nose and filling up the belly like a balloon expands. Exhale through your mouth all the way to the bottom of the breath. And 2 more. Inhale. Fill up the belly. Exhale. 1 more. Deep breath, fill up the belly. Generate those cells, vibrations, exhale, all the way to the bottom of the breath. You can feel the cells waking up in your body then.
Thank you. Thank you. Where our listeners can find you for more of that?
Yes, they can find me I have a website, ruby-retreats.com. I have lots of meditations on there that are for free. You can you can register, get a free discovery call with me on my website so that you can see if you're a good fit for my self-mastery program. And you can also reach me through Facebook, Instagram, Jenny Fairbank. I also have Ruby-Retreats Instagram. I have 2 Ruby Retreats Instagrams. I don't know why. But yeah,
Thank
you
you.
can find me on all of that. And you can also email me, jenny@jennyfairbank.com.
Yes, we will include all the links in the episode page. And thank you so much, Jenny. Keep expanding consciousness and keep showing up as yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for everybody's listening. I will see you in the next episode. Bye. And if you love this episode and you would love to see more of that, click the subscribe button to Purposeful Woman Podcast. And don't forget to text us to stay in tune with the Purposeful community for awesome tricks by texting to number +1 401 399 4105. And we will link descriptions in the episode to all of that we mentioned today. Bye. Turn your one day to day one with a purposeful day.